It all started many years ago, maybe 10, 12 years ago, I think. I had an idea to create a nonprofit organization. And the idea at the time was that the nonprofit would receive donations of used music equipment, which we would then take down to Nigeria and we'd set up music centers for kids to come practice music anytime they want. Basically, I wanted to encourage kids over there to get into playing music, like really playing instruments, just as it was in the 60s and 70s, because now it's all software based essentially. Andrew from MGMT saw me perform at an event, and he came up to me and invited me over to work on a remix to a song they were about to release called Me and Michael. He had an idea, at that time to do remixes with uh, several artists. He had a friend in Russia and another in the Philippines, I believe, who were going to do these remixes as well. Um, his idea was to do remixes based on social injustice. So he wanted me to do one based on an African social issue. So I was at his house uh, listening to the song Me and Michael, and my idea for the remix came to me. I was going to do my remix based on lost children or ignored and forgotten children in Nigeria, which I knew was a very big problem. I came up with the concept of using a young Michael Jackson as the muse. And so I decided I'd call my remix Young Michael because a young Michael Jackson was given wings to fly and be a star from childhood. You know, uh, back in Nigeria or Africa, children are relegated often and not allowed to explore their gifts. Everyone wants their kid to become a doctor, engineer, or a lawyer or what have you. You know, nobody wants their child to fail. So usually anything creative is rarely supported. So this was the social issue I was going to address uh, within my remix. Mind you, I was thinking about all this while Andrew was playing me and Michael in his living room. So then, while I'm listening, the light bulb moment happened. Light bulb moment happened right there. While I listened, I saw an image of the full-blown superstar Michael Jackson, wearing his gloves. So I saw my nonprofit idea evolve right there into something much larger than I had. I decided I'd call the nonprofit Shiny Gloves Club, and it was really inspiring to me. So Andrew gave me the stems to the song, and I went to work. I spent weeks and months just trying out different ideas because I wanted it to be everything. It was a huge opportunity for me. So while I worked on the song, I also worked on the nonprofit organization idea, to really bring it to life. So I went back to Andrew to work at his studio, and I told him all about my idea for the nonprofit, and he was really impressed. And he said he'd like for me to meet with him and his team, and they invited me to Soho House, and I laid out my vision for the song and my idea for the nonprofit, and I told them I was writing a film and planning to go to Nigeria to start filming, and they liked all I was saying, and they asked me, I remember they asked me how they could help, what I need, and so on. In my small mind at the time, I asked them, oh, would it be possible they could get us a blog post, an article written by a major publication, which I felt would give the mission credibility. And I remember they laughed and said, blog posts? We know everyone in the music industry, we know uh, that has Apple, Spotify, we know all these people in Paris, which is major in the nonprofit world. So I was feeling energized hearing all this, and I was really feeling on top of the world. Um, I suggested the idea to start the music program, and which involves bands donating uh, used equipment that they have no need for. So I would take Nigeria, and they suggested MGMT be the first band to donate equipment, and it all felt like a dream. I felt like everything was just lining up perfectly. So they even set up for me to meet the other member of MGMT, Ben, in LA, and I took my mom. I remember I was so excited. I felt like I was gonna change the world. Um, Also around that time, a friend, Kyle, from ICON, International Committee on Nigeria, which is a nonprofit working in Nigeria on some social issues. He really believed in me, and he helped me out a lot with setting up and organizing the nonprofit, just putting it together. And then I went to Nigeria a few weeks later and spent some months filming and working on this film. While I was there, I hung out with so many young people, soaking up all the energy and looking at all the problems Shiny Gloves could help solve. I also visited my birthplace, um, and the neighborhood I was raised with my dad, and in those moments I came up with the classroom campus program concept. I wanted to open the first classrooms in the street where I was born and so on. So I came back to the US, and I had all this phenomenal work done. I had it all in the bag, a lot of filming done, and I had the concept for a full album to be a soundtrack for this film, which I built off of the remix. I told Andrew, or I told them I want to do a whole album as opposed to just a single. And I even had my buddy Anthony, who's a gifted designer, Anthony from Motherland, make these really cool one-of-a-kind jackets that I was going to gift to MGMT to maybe wear at a show to help raise awareness for what we were doing, the music program and what have you. So I had it all mapped out, and I was ready to get with MGMT so we could launch. And then the pandemic happened, and everything went silent. I was really sad because months flew by and people weren't as enthusiastic about things as they were pre the pandemic, and emails weren't being answered as such anymore. So it was really a downer. But I forged ahead alone. I didn't give up. I just kept pushing, kept going on my own. And we built the Classroom Campus project. We set up the first two classrooms, set up one classroom, two classrooms, and man, it was really phenomenal. The responses from Nigeria, the kids that were coming in were in their hundreds, and it's been nothing short of inspiring ever since.